So this morning we're having a look at some words from the Bible, and we're looking at 1 Timothy 3 verses 1 to 7. And it says this: "Here is a trustworthy saying, whoever aspires to be an overseer desires a noble task. Now the overseer is to be above reproach, faithful to his wife, temperate, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not given to drunkenness, not violent but gentle, not quarrelsome, not a lover of money. He must manage his own family well and see that his children obey him, and he must do so in a manner worthy of full respect. If anyone does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of God's church? He must not be a recent convert, or he may become conceited and fall under the same judgment as the devil. He must also have a good reputation with outsiders, so that he will not fall into disgrace and into the devil's trap." So, Jamie, what are your thoughts on that?
Simon Sinek, author and inspirational speaker, asked the US Navy SEALs, one of the highest performing organizations in the world, how they select who gets onto SEAL Team 6. He wanted to know how they decide on the best of the best of the best. He identified a flaw in modern day thinking, the mistake of fixating on skill set and achievements rather than integrity. The problem in business is we have lopsided metrics. We have 1,000,001 metrics to measure someone's performance and little to no metrics to measure someone's trustworthiness. So why did his research highlight this as a problem? The Navy SEALs drew a graph: performance, how good you were on the battlefield, against trust, how you were off the battlefield. Essentially, good at saving lives against good at stealing wives. No one wants a candidate who demonstrates low performance and trust, and everybody wants someone with high achievements and trustworthiness. But Sinek learned that while naturally we tend to value high performance over trust, the people with high performance with low trust grew to become the toxic leaders and team members. The Navy SEALs would rather have a medium performer with high trust, or sometimes even a lower performer with high trust, over a high performer with low trust. Sinek concluded, what we end up doing traditionally is promoting toxicity in our businesses, which is bad for the long game because it eventually destroys the whole organization. We know from today's verses this revelation was identified over 2,000 years ago in a letter from Paul to his friend Timothy, outlining the qualifications for the elders or overseers of the church. These groups of Jesus followers were establishing a new organization of believers to form the very first foundations of the church. The choice of these elders was crucial to whether this would succeed or crumble before it began. This must-have qualities Paul stipulates for the position goes against how most of us would recruit. It's not our achievements on our CV God is looking at, it's our hearts. These verses are a challenge to both those in leadership and those in the pews. When looking to recruit positions in the church, are we prioritizing skill sets or worldly success over reputation and integrity? Do we put the same effort into our home lives as our working lives? How much am I working on my spiritual life, my integrity, my temper, my generosity, my relationships? Rereading the qualifications, it's challenging. How on earth could anyone meet such a high bar? But in our strength, we can't. It is only through following and living the example of Jesus, allowing his spirit to transform us to be more like Christ and letting his light shine. Ephesians 4:21-24 says this: "Since you have heard about Jesus and have learned the truth that comes from him, throw off your old sinful nature and form a way of life, which is corrupted by lust and deception. Instead, let the Spirit renew your thoughts and attitudes. Put on your new nature, created to be like God, truly righteous and holy." I take courage that God isn't seeking the popular to lead. He isn't seeking the talented to further his kingdom, and he isn't seeking those with worldly success to teach. He seeks people after his own heart to encourage, demonstrate, and share his love and wisdom. So maybe this week, why not look to be the better friend, the better partner, the better parent, the better work colleague that Jesus encourages us to be?